Today, I'm going to show you the key to standing out amongst your fellow musicians. I recently was getting served a YouTube ad for an Australian keynote speaker called Vin Jiang, and he has an abundance of resources regarding his own journey with communication and essentially how you can better develop communication in all facets of your life, whether that be personal, professional, through your hobbies. Any of those elements, they all have the one thing in common, and that is that communication is key. So I figured I would take what he had presented me and apply it in a way that musicians can relate to. So for anyone who's had any job in anything really, you will have been told at some point in some way, shape or form that just having technical skills, knowledge and expertise are going to essentially take you to the next level. You don't have to worry about anything else. It's just being good at stuff, knowing about stuff, and having the experience in stuff. And whilst that does provide value, it's not the whole pie. And the other part of the pie, the real solid 50% of that pie, is communication skills. As much as I joke about it in some of my content sketches and things I do with bands and mates of mine around the coast, they're an extreme example of what not to do. But essentially, if you take the communication skills out of the pie, that's actually what you're left with. For example, if you look at the one I did with Connor recently from Chamberlain about people who want to set up too quickly, they're too keen to get on stage. What he did was accurately and correctly deal with all of my equipment and start to take my cymbals off and unwind it the right way and put it in the cymbal bag. But the clear juxtaposition, the clear exaggeration is that he didn't ask me, we didn't talk about it, I'm busy playing whilst he's pulling my stuff apart. That is essentially having the skills and knowledge to be able to deconstruct a drum kit, for instance, but no communication skills to actually be able to have that conversation with the person that you're dealing with. I've found that the biggest relationship between everything Vin was saying in his presentation and the life of a musician comes down to a very important adage he put in front of me, and it was about using the voice as an instrument. And obviously we all understand instrumentation and using things as an instrument. And he said, one key thing that sets people apart is when they use, joining words like, and, so, like, you know what I mean? All of those ones. And then you're bridging sounds, essentially. All those bits. If you're not cutting those out, you're essentially creating a piece of music that is the same as playing Fur Elise on the piano and then halfway through going somewhere else on the keyboard. If you can cut those out in your first impression with new people you meet in the scene, because let's be honest, first impressions are everything, especially as a musician. The difference between having an excellent experience with a sound person, getting called back at a venue, having a good experience with other bands, all these things come from that first impression. And I'm going to demonstrate two different ways that you can present yourself, and I think it's going to be pretty obvious which one we're going to pick. So let's jump over to that. Hey mate, yes, so I'm doing tracks and I have my cables nearby. Hey mate, Bailey, how you going? Sweet, so today I have my tracks out of my computer. I have an interface of my own that runs click to the left and tracks to the right. If you are able to please send me back the click and the tracks, just send the boys just the tracks, and from there I'll be able to monitor everything from here, and you just tell me if you need more or less level and I'll be able to help out that way so we can make it sound really good as quickly as possible. Awesome. So I'm pretty sure it was quite obvious which one was the better of the two. Which one's going to get you that better first impression? Which one's potentially going to get you that gig? It's going to line up with what I said in a previous video about how to get gigs, how to demonstrate your best skills in the live in the studio setup. And this goes for any musician, not just drummers, but it gives you an opportunity to stand above and stand out amongst other musicians, not in a way that's got essentially anything to do with your ability, anything to do with the songs you write, even necessarily anything to do with the band mates you have with you. If you can conduct yourself in a way that demonstrates strong communication skills, you're going to set yourself apart before you've made even a shred of noise. So that's what I want to leave you with today. Think about communication skills as well as just your general skills. Having technical skills and experience and being good at your instrument is fantastic. But if you can't communicate where you're at, if you're a 10 at technical and you're a 3 at that communication level, that means that you are only a level 3 at being able to actually communicate how good you are at something. So therefore, you're seen as a 3. Look at how you can develop yourself to get you to a 10 in both columns. And the easiest way to do it is treat your voice, your communication skills as an instrument, like we all know how to play. If you found value in this video, please let me know. Please drop a comment. Check out Vin's stuff because he has some awesome free resources for anyone who's looking to step up their communication game, even if it was to be something like standing in front of camera like I do and vlogging and getting better at speaking both to people and to people in a virtual setting in this instance. There's just lots of free resources there, and I implore you to check them out if that's something you're interested in. Until next time, guys, as always, I'll see you later. Hey mate, I got tracks. No, buddy. On your chair. Chair, please. On your chair. Sit. Hey, I got tracks, and I'm gonna be just putting something together, and yeah, I don't know if yeah, so okay, yep. So I got my tracks, and